clamps are so long. There we go. Make sure it's not warping at all. Looks good. No real cleanup. Alright, that's 2. Hammer is joining Missy and Gang Beast? Gosh, people. You guys are just cruel. Alright. Yeah, the thinker. Should I join Gang Beast? Forget this headboard thing. Make sure we get glue good on the back of this too. Not so much in the front. There we go. This one I think will take a little bit of pounding. Even that guy out. Any glue, which is good. All right, now we have metal clamps. So let's see here. But we need to get some scrap wood strips here. We got plenty. Anything the right size. Yep. We got 2 of the ends, which are perfect, and we have 2 pieces that'll work. So. Get me off, woman. Get off me, woman. Oh, oops. Oops. That was a slip up right there. Move his tablet closer so he can see it. Doesn't read chat. Sorry. You guys are lucky I'm reading chat at all when I'm doing something like this. I'm just into it. Just a little pounding, yeah. Yeah, that's the front, good. Alright. So it's got the knot in it. It'll look good. Alright. Now, I gotta figure out how to hold these in place while we try to clamp it down. It's always fun. Let's see, let's get the good edges here. And we know easy way to do this here. Well, they all stay up in the air, sort of. But that's not going to work. So we just have to move them piece by piece. down too much so we can move this side. Line it up a little straighter so it doesn't pull the wood in different directions. There we go. And as I tighten this down, these metal ends here are eating into this piece of scrap wood. We didn't want that inside of our nice walnut ends. So, and we got one more. Let's get our two pieces of scrap up here. Oh, I left them over here. The headboard will be here tomorrow. That is true. But sawdust on there. I do need to get this done. I've been working on it for like I said, I started on it a couple months back. And I have the time now. I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have here shortly, so want to get it done. Right, that's the back, and I think that was good front. That's our other front. And this one, we need to go down a slight bit here. There we go. This one moves. Make sure these are all centered properly, otherwise you end up warping the piece, and that is not centered properly. So I'm going to loosen it a little bit, slide it down. There we go. That looks better. Let's do the same over here. There we go. All right. Nice. Alright, so now we've got to get the inlays in here. And they need to be, like I said, they need to be shorter. So let's pick the best two. Those look good. There's a couple light wood pieces. This one here looks good. This will probably be our pegs. Figure out a contraption to make the pegs out of it. I got a lathe, but I don't really have any tools for the lathe. It's a very cheap lathe, and on top of that, I bought a cheap set of tools that came same place I bought the lathe, just to see if I liked using it. And it's a lot of fun, but all the tools kind of broke. They weren't hardened steel, so I need to go get a couple of nice gouges. So there is our length, and both should be the same. Double check that. Yep. So let's move the iPad over here. Ah, get ripped and then redeem a hydrate. Toxin, I'm telling you. between you and kill, I'm going to have to raise the amount of that. Oh, all right. Get in the camera here so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Whew. Oh. Every time I do that, I regret it when I start, and then I'm happy I did it at the end. So. Oh no, 8,000 points. Oh. Alright, I hydrated off screen there. Whew. As you can see, I do need it, so it's not a bad thing. Alright, so we gotta bring the crosscut back up here. Probably should have cut these earlier. Set this way. Make it easier. Alright, where's our 2 boards in there? And I'm just going to cut them together at the same time here. Just find my mark. There it is. Alright. There we go. Alright. And now we move this back down. Usually I am working on the floor doing most of this stuff. But since the camera's up there, I figured I'd just move the tools around each time. There we go. Alright. So, let's get our 2 long boards here. You have over 16,000 points in Missy Stream? Oh my goodness. And one of these, so we have, these are our 2 posts. And this post yesterday, there's a knot right here at the end, you can see, and it's split out a little bit. So we're going to have to glue that back together as we're putting our spline in here. Or, it's not a spline, but our insert in. We're going to clamp this guy down. And I think I've got some small clamps, but I think we're going to need some bigger ones here. Let's see what we do have. Yeah, these aren't going to be strong enough to hold that in. What I will do is get some wood here. Let's see. This. And we'll need a small flat piece here. So we'll be able to clamp this against the side of that once we glue it so it'll stay flat. But we're going to need, that was a shame that thing split open, but this wood it's yellow pine, it's very soft, and the mortise also probably helped weaken this, but the knots here, the grain goes in and cuts right through to where we have our mortise, so not very strong at this end. Of course, our tenons are much longer, so we're not going to have an issue with strength once we glue it back together. It's just, and it's a headboard. It's not like it's structural. Shame, but it is what it is. So, and it's not worth cutting a whole new board down for it, because it's not that bad. And I think I can glue it back together, and you won't even notice it. So we are going to snag Alright, we snagged 2 clamps from the first glue because it's pretty much drying enough to hold it in place. And then this will be enough to hold our spline in. And then we still need a clamp for this. We've got our metal clamp. And we're going to put guide boards on it. Like this. And should be able to clamp that down enough. Yeah, to get it tight. Actually, we might use a smaller board there. Just so we make sure we get it in there good. Should be alright. Alright, so let's move this guy out of the way. Actually, let's go ahead and glue this guy first. Because we'll have more clamps by then. So we'll move this out the way. One of these. And we don't need these because these are rubber clamps here. Drops right in. Nice. And this is our front here. I don't really like that, so we're going to flip it. Yeah, it looks better. We still got to sand all this stuff. We haven't really sanded anything yet. So, yeah, looks good. Alright. Steam container over there popped. Changing temperature. There we go. Nice. Alright, and let's see if we can grab some clamps here. Yeah, looks like this one's glue's already set up. So we can grab this. And I think we can grab this one too. Got some clamps redeemed here. Oh, and thank you for the biddies, Toxin. Appreciate it. Alright. So, see if we can figure out a way to clamp this guy down good. And we're going to do the flat side first. Make sure that thing sets in good. And I think this was the boards here. So. And getting glue underneath of all this is the challenge here. And I can pick up on it a little bit. The more I pick up, the more it cracks. So let's see if we can inject some glue into it. Yeah, and it's split down here too a little bit. There we go, it's coming out. And this is the front side, unfortunately, because the back is eating away pretty good. I think we'll be okay. We'll be able to make that work. And then up here. should have good amount of glue come out of this, which is good. That's what we want. All right. And we're gonna glue our board to it. So we're just gonna grab a paper towel, set it right on top. It'll glue the paper towel to it. Paper towel we can sand off. The wood we can't. So there we go. Let's see if we can get a good clamp on that. Right at the edge here. Make sure it's into. There we go. Looks good. Yep. Alright, we really need a second clamp there. We're going to be clamping this way. We should be able to work around it, but let's put the spline in first. And the insert again. There we go. Get this in and then we'll clamp both ways here. Alright. I think this is, that's the back, so let's do it this way. Good. Alright, let's pick it back up here. Second clamp right in here, it looks like, right in there, so we'll put this one on this side. There we go. Make sure this guy's tight. A little bit of wood come out. There we go. And pick it up on end, I guess. Try this. Want it right in here. We kind of want to angle it so it's on the edge too, so it's really squeezing that edge. There we go. The glue's coming out, which is good. Again, we put the paper towel in there, so we'll glue the paper towel to this wood, which won't matter because when we sand, we'll sand the paper towel off. We just don't want this piece of wood stuck to it permanently because it will glue it right down. All right. Find a spot for that. There we go. We have 3 of these. They're still setting up, but they're pretty good. Probably should let them dry a little longer before we start slicing on them. So. All right, Ryder, have a good one, man. Thank you for the 25 biddies. Appreciate it, man. Alright, so let's see here. You can still see a little bit of wet glue in there, so we need to wait a little longer before we start slicing on this, but we can set up our sled. Get everything ready. Probably another 10 minutes and it'll be set up. So, the shame we had to take this apart. Now we have to try to line up. Let's move these two here. Line this back up, which we at least have a tenon to use as our guide. So what we want to do is we want the blade to come up a little further. There we go. Figure out our depth, which is hard for you guys to see, I'm sure, but I'm just waiting till it lifts up. lifts up the board. There we go. I'm just doing it by feel as well. So, and now we're a little high. There we go. That should be good height. Now we gotta get the depth. This is easier at least because basically just need to push this against the blade. I think it's impossible to see. I think we're good right in that spot. There we go. We don't have any binding. We're not hitting, so that's good. And we should. Yep, we're rolling over the end there. That means our height is good. Alright. So, nah. What do you think? Glue's dry enough? I'll be holding it all into place